Broadcasting from the OCTV studios, this is From the Third Eye with Hunter Parker, right here on OCTV.
Well, it's that time again, folks, for another edition of From the Third Eye. I'm Hunter Parker, your host as always, and we have a great show for you today. This is being recorded on June 4th, 2024 at $12,000 a second. That's right. I'm just kidding. Now I'm getting paid $12 million. No, I'm just joking. I wish. No. So today on the show, we're going to talk about some alternatives to Facebook groups. If you want to create a private group for your friends and family to go on and chat about whatever you want to talk about, but you don't want to have the hassle of a Facebook group, well, I'm going to show you 4 services you can use to do just that, all for free, just like Facebook. Plus, we have the bashing zone coming up as well, and boy, do I have something to talk about on that one. Oh boy. So let's get into it, shall we? So, Facebook groups are great, but they can also be a hassle to set up or take down or whatever it may be, or to manage the group in itself. So what you can do in that case is to use a message board type of a service, and there's a few options you can choose from. The first one is called Voy Forums. The website is voy, VOY.com. That's V as in Victor, OY.com. It's free to set up. Just fill out the registration form. Once you submit the registration form, you'll get an email with a link you have to click on within a few days to activate your forum website. Once you click on the link, you'll get another email which contains your account information for the administrator panel, which includes your forum ID number and password. You can set up the board so it doesn't require registration to post, which if you're going to do that, which is recommended because their registration system is crap and doesn't work half the time, you can optionally set a password, so the person that visits your forum would have to know the password to access it, either to read messages or to post messages or both. And you can have as many passwords as you wish, so that's one way you can make it private if you don't want people to be able to register for an account. There's all kinds of administrator tools you can use. Too many to go through in this show. I don't even know half the stuff that they have there. But it is a really neat service. The only thing that I don't like about it is your web address for your board would be something like voy.com/ and then your 6-digit ID number, which if you have a good memory, you can memorize your ID number. If you don't, you better write it down. So that's the only thing I don't like about it. Now, there is another one that I came across recently called Momo Board. That's MOMO board.com. And once you set up an account with them, you can create your own board, or if you want to join a board on their service, you can do that as well with your account. This one doesn't have too many administrator features, but it is a lot easier to access. You can set up what you want your link to be. So, for example, if your board's link could be something like momoboard.com/blah blah blah, where blah 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 is whatever your link is. You can change it at any time. So it's a little bit easier to access, and obviously you have to have a Momo Board account in order to create a board or post on a board, which that only takes a second to set up. So again, that one doesn't have too many administrator capabilities, but they are still fairly new, so I believe so. Give them time and it'll be really great. Now, if you want something that's really customizable, that has all kinds of administrator features, including the optionally requiring a username and password to post, or whatever the case may be, then you need to check out BoardHost. The website, boardhost.com. They have two different versions. They have their classic message board feature, or a service, where it's just a threaded message board. You can post on there if you'd like. By default, it doesn't require an account to post or read messages. However, you can optionally require an account to post messages, or if you want to upgrade your account, you can obviously have it where they have to have an account to even access the board entirely. There's a lot of administrator capabilities you can do. You can even invite people to become co-moderators of your board as well with a separate login. So that's kind of neat too. More, they have their forum service, which is a little bit different. The forum service allows you to create multiple categories and boards on your forum. So, for example, if you have different topics you want to talk about, you can create those if you'd like. I am in the process of actually setting up one for the show, and where you can go on there and post about whatever you want to talk about in different categories: recipes, technology, general discussion, things like that. I'm working on that, so be on the lookout on Facebook. You can like the show on Facebook to get all the latest info, or of course you can subscribe to our announcements email list, where I will be posting any announcements regarding the site and the new message board for the show. Now, mind you, the mailing list will be going away very soon, as we are making room for the launch of my internet radio station. Yes, I'm getting back into that. The station will be called WHDP Radio, and it's going to be bigger and better than I've ever done in my life. So it's going to be a lot of fun. This show will not be on there, but the Bashing Zone is getting its own podcast coming up very soon. It'll be the uncensored version of the show, which means anything goes, and stuff that I can't say here, I can say on there. But I know, in case you're wondering, no, I'm not going to talk about two different topics on both versions of the Bashing Zone. It'll be the same topic, except one will have F this, F that, mother F this, and whatnot, and the other one will not. So you get the idea. But the Bashing Zone will be on WHDP Radio as well. Now, I am going to be setting up a GoFundMe for the station to help with the cost of getting audio production material for the station that I'm legally required to play every so often, to make sure I don't go to jail or some crap. So I will keep you posted. If you want a link to the GoFundMe page, once I get that set up and linked to my bank account and all that kind of stuff. If you want to donate any amount to help out with audio production, it's not a lot. I've already gotten some of them done already, or ordered at least. I just need a few more for the station that I need, so that way I have enough of them to play, so they don't repeat as often with only a few of them that I have. So Check out the From the Third Eye Facebook page. I'll post a link on there as well. So, and the fundraiser will keep going. So when I come back in 2 weeks to do the show again, I will give the link as well. So check that out. Now that we have the technology stuff out of the way with the forum services, again, you got BoardHost, Voy.com, and MomoBoard.com. It's now time for my favorite segment of the show, the Bashing Zone.
This is the Bashing Zone, on From the Third Eye, right here on OCTV. Once again, here's Hunter Parker.
All right, so what are we going to talk about on the Bashing Zone this week? Are any of my doctors in trouble again? Nope, not this time. This time we're going to talk about something that's even more personal to me, and that is something that I heard yesterday from my therapist. Yeah, my therapist. I was going to talk about something relating to my wife's job, or former job, but I figured I might not want to do that in case they might be tuned in. I don't know if they are or not. I don't really care. Not to hell if I care, but nonetheless, we're going to do this instead. So, yesterday I went to therapy, and my therapist comes out to grab me, and she's crying. And I'm thinking, why is my therapist crying? I don't get it. So when we get into the office, away from everybody, I asked her if everything was okay. And she said, no. She said she was really sad because on Sunday night, her dog, who was only 3 years old, got hit by a car and killed. And how sad is that, right? Well, here's the thing. The person that hit the dog and killed it took off. They didn't stop or anything, and she didn't have time to get the license plate number to call the police. So here's what I want to say. And on the uncensored version of the Bashing Zone, which will be premiering later this week, or possibly next week. Not exactly sure when yet, but I'll have more to say on there about it. But all I'm going to say right now is to the person that hit her dog and killed it and just took off. Do you understand how illegal that is? Do you understand how sad it is that you didn't even have the decency to stop and make sure the dog was okay? I mean, come on! There, I did that noise again. I love doing that noise, except that hurt my hand. I mean, come on! Don't people have the decency these days to show compassion for what they did? I mean, by you just hitting him and taking off, you're looking at time behind bars if you ever were caught, which you never will be caught because people don't care. I told her that justice should be served. She should find out who did that and report it. I mean, come on now. How pathetic is that? I want to know what you guys think of that, because that is just so sad to have your 3-year-old dog get hit by a car and die. Plus, she still comes to work and sees clients. Well, she only really saw me, and then she went home. She could have canceled on me yesterday. I wouldn't have had no problem with that. It would have been an understandable cancellation. And as long as the therapist cancels, even though it's not 24-hour notice, I'm not going to get charged because the therapist canceled. But she wanted to have her appointment with me. So she kept it. So anybody out there who has the decency to, just make sure the dog's okay or offer to help take it to the vet or something, whether it does any good or not, whatever. But people nowadays just don't have the decency to do anything like that. It's just, they have no compassion. So I want to know what you guys think. You can send me an email through the contact form on the website. And, of course, if you have a comment you'd like to share about my topic today, or you have something you'd like to share for the Bashing Zone, you can submit it through the website as well. All the instructions you need and information is there. So, with all that said, that's going to do it for this week's edition of From the Third Eye. You can check out From the Third Eye, all spelled out, .altervista, ALTERVISTA.org, for more information about the show or to find a link to the Facebook page and, of course, a link to submit to the Bashing Zone if you'd like as well. The website's going to be getting a facelift. We're going to do a makeover of the website. I've already got the template done for the new design of the site, which was done with some help from a friend of mine. So it's all ready for me to add my content. So that'll be happening soon. No big changes really, except for the addition of the message board and all that kind of stuff. But besides that, that's pretty much all we got for that. But keep an eye out for that. From the Third Eye.altervista.org is the website. Check it out. You can also check out the Facebook page for more information about the station, as well as a link to the GoFundMe fundraiser if you want to donate some money to help me get started with the station. So any little bit of money helps. It goes a long way. I appreciate all of it. So that's going to do it for me. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in a couple weeks for another edition, episode 5 of From the Third Eye. We'll see you next time.